Hey everyone, this is part 2 of my August 2025 book haul. We're going to start off with some fantasy and science fiction stuff. Tanith Lee, Nightshades. So this is short stories. Yeah, it looks like a few of these are horror short stories actually. Cool. Philip Jose Farmer, The Gate of Time. John Boyd, The Last Starship from Earth. "2001: A Space Odyssey" by Arthur C. Clarke. When's this from? This is from 1973. The Disappearance by Philip Wiley. Yeah, I hadn't heard of this one before. Fred Saberhagen, The Water of Thought. George O. Smith, Hellflower. I quite like the abstract art on this one. Frederick Brown, The Lights in the Sky Are Stars. When I bought this, it was in a bag, so I guess I'll keep it in a bag. That looks great. Invaders from Rigel by Fletcher Pratt. I just got this because I like the artwork a lot. That gun's really cool. All right. When They Come from Space by Mark Clifton. Never heard of this one. I think I just liked the artwork. Cool. The Eternity Stone by Aidan Foster Romine and Mary Cox Romine. Robert A. Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land. This is the first Heinlein book that I've bought. A few times I've seen some of his really, really long ones, and I've kind of passed them up because I don't want to start with something that's like 800 pages long. So I know this is supposed to be one of his better ones. So this one's about 400 pages. Not too bad. All right. Robert Silverberg, Sundance, and other science fiction stories. So what else is in here? There you go. A Hole in Space by Larry Niven. Oh, this is also short stories. Yep. Indoctrinaire by Christopher Priest. The Monadic Universe by George Zabrowski. So this is short stories as well. I do have some more science fiction, but we'll save that for later. Let's get into some westerns now. Louis L'Amour, Mustang Man. So this is part of a series called The Sackets. But you can read them as standalones, I think. So they're all kind of like interconnected single stories, as far as I'm aware. Cool. I really enjoyed the one Louis L'Amour book that I read, so happy to read some more. Last Command by Will Cook. Louis Masterson, The Star and the Gun, which appears to be part of a series, Morgan Kane, number 3. I've not heard of it before. Some more Louis Masterson. Harder Than Steel, which is Morgan Kane, number 40. Cool artwork. Yep. Oh, I didn't put them in order. Apache Breakout by Louis Masterson, which is Morgan Kane, number 30. Yep. I've got a real classic here, The Oxbow Incident by Walter Van Tilburg Clark. This is supposed to be a really good movie as well. The Indians Won by Martin Smith. This one's a alternate history type book. And I looked it up. Martin Smith, I think, is actually Martin Cruz Smith, who would find later fame, wrote Gorky Park and other kind of mystery thrillers. Yeah, interesting. I've got a bunch of Nick Carter books. I should have looked up who did each of these books. They don't put the authors on the cover. Safari for Spies. A Bullet for Fidel. Well, they didn't succeed with that, did they? How about I'll look up who actually wrote all these books and I'll put it in a comment. The Sea Trap. Moscow. The Code. Might have to censor this one slightly. Jerusalem File. Counterfeit Agent. They actually put the number on this one. Killmaster number 189. Night of the Warheads. I much prefer these painted covers. Couple more men's adventure type things. James Axler, Deathlands, Genesis Echo. I've heard this series is wild. This is the first one I found. Executioner 55. Paradine's Gauntlet. I've got plenty of Executioner, but I don't know. I thought, why not one more? Who's this one actually by? Oh, Mike Newton. There we go. Chant, Code of Blood by David Cross. American Valor, Ninja Fury, The Legend Continues. This series sounds awesome. I think I've got 1 and 3 now, so I need to find the second one. The Far Arena by Richard Ben Sapir. I got this because the author co-wrote the Destroyer series, right? Yeah, this looks like a weird Encino Man type scenario. Interesting. Yeah, some more like action thriller type things. Red Tide by R. Carl Largent. Now I got this because R. Carl Largent did quite a few horror books. And this is the first time I've seen anything by him. They're mentioning Tom Clancy right there, so yeah, techno thriller. All right. Alistair MacLean, Partisans. I see MacLean around all the time, but I got this one because it's a Fawcett. I don't see Fawcett's around too often. Eric Ambler, Journey into Fear. This looks like a TV movie tie-in. Terminator Salvation. What can I say? It's the Alan Dean Foster novelization. Got the novelization of Romper Stomper. This is an Australian movie about a skinhead gang. Gordon M. Williams, Straw Dogs. Got a movie tie-in with Dustin Hoffman on the cover there. Herbert Lieberman, The Green Train. This looks like another war thriller type thing, but I know Lieberman did quite a few horror novels, so I grabbed it. Long book there. Dennis Wheatley, The Island Where Time Stands Still. I really like the design on these old Arrow Dennis Wheatley books. Leo Kessler, SS Panzer Battalion. John Goldfarb, Please Come Home, by William Peter Blatty. Famous for writing The Exorcist, of course. This looks like some sort of war comedy thing. I don't know. All right. Viewers of my channel might have seen before a video I posted where I went through a bunch of books that I saved from the side of the road. They were all really dirty and some were in pretty poor condition, so I spent a lot of time cleaning them up as best I can. And I just wanted to go through them again and talk about them a little bit more this time, and get them into a proper haul video. So you get to see the clean versions of them now. These were mostly science fiction, vintage science fiction, but I had some other stuff in there as well, so I'll start with the other things. Lair of the White Worm by Bram Stoker. That's great cover art. Calaboose Canyon by Marshall Grover, aka Marshall McCoy. This is a weird one because in Australia he's usually just Marshall Grover. In the US he went under the name Marshall McCoy. So they've got both aliases there, which is very strange. In Australia, it's usually Larry and Stretch as well, not Larry and Streak. So it's weird that it's got the American title, even though this is Horwitz, which is an Australian publisher. Yeah, strange. Cool. The A-Team novelization by Charles Heath. The Virility Factor by Robert Merle. This looks like a thriller with kind of a sci-fi concept. Elsewhere, Volume 2, which is an anthology of fantasy, edited by Terry Windling and Mark Allen Arnold. Let's see who's in here. Lots of names that aren't very familiar to me, to be honest. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, I know that name. 100 Years of Solitude, right? Joanna Russ, Fritz Leiber. Yeah, mostly people I don't know, but I don't really know fantasy too well, so maybe that's to be expected. The Reluctant Shaman and Other Fantastic Tales by L. Sprague de Camp. Now, unfortunately, I might have to throw this one away. I didn't notice it at first, but... So a few of the books were in this kind of condition. I don't know if that's a mold or a mildew or whatever it is. It doesn't look good. So I might have to just throw it out. Unfortunate. Let's see what's in here before I throw it out. There you go. So those are the stories. Getting into the science fiction stuff now. Robert Heinlein, The Green Hills of Earth. Robert Heinlein, The Day After Tomorrow. Robert Heinlein, Methuselah's Children. Ray Bradbury, The October Country. So we got these short stories here. Cool. Ray Bradbury, The Golden Apples of the Sun. A.E. Van Vogt, M33 in Andromeda. Cool. A.E. Van Vogt, Empire of the Atom. A.E. Van Vogt, The Mind Cage. Brian Aldiss, Equator. Roger Zelazny, The Hand of Oberon. I think this one's part of a series. So, don't think I have any of the other books. Clifford D. Simak, The Trouble with Tycho. Cool. The Worlds of Frank Herbert. H. Beam Piper, Space Viking. The Dramaturges of Yarn, John Brunner. E. E. Doc Smith, Second Stage Lensman. Fifth volume. I don't think I have the first four. Yeah. I think I might have one, possibly. But definitely don't have too many from that series. The Counterfeit Man by Alan E. Nurse. There we go. Night of the Sources by Indo Binder. That cover is really cool. And I've got a whole bunch of science fiction anthologies here. Space One, edited by Richard Davis. This one looks like it's aimed at children a little bit more, right? That's what that logo seems to imply. Beaver book. All right. 13 French science fiction stories, edited by Damon Knight. A Galaxy of Gallic Fantasy. New Writings in SF 22, edited by Kenneth Bulmer. Connoisseurs SF, edited by Tom Boardman. the 5th annual Best SF, and I assume that means this is from 1971, edited by Harry Harrison and Brian Aldiss. Isaac Asimov presents The Great SF Stories 6. So I guess these are all from 1944. Edited by Isaac Asimov and Martin H. Greenberg. This is a door. Yellow spine. Number 461. There we go. Beachheads in Space, edited by August Derleth. This book's pretty beat up. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I like the smaller size of this one. The Year's Best SF9, edited by Brian Aldiss and Harry Harrison. Lisa Tuttle. Cool. New Writings in SF6, edited by John Carnell. And last one, Galaxy Volume 2, edited by Frederick Pohl, Martin H. Greenberg, and Joseph D. Olander. All right, that's it. I'll be back soon to show my September haul. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you all later.